Luck and logic. To be honest, I don't really understand this one. I mean, it's colorful superpower teams fighting and stuff, but there's too much jargon in the description. From what I can gather, gods that have lost the war in Tetra Heaven are attacking the human world to live there. This one boring dude, there's always one boring dude, gets involved, meets a beautiful blonde beauty, and together with the goddess, they will fight monsters, I think. Not really clear on that one. The CGI fight looked meh. There's some tie-in media for this one. The trading card game is even getting its own anime later in the year. Oh yeah, verdict. No way am I watching this one. And I feel bad because look how passionate these guys were about the project. But that's what happens when you spend too much time on design and not enough on making something unique, or at the very least with an interesting story. Okay, another Precure series. The best thing about Precure is that if there isn't a number in the title, you can jump right in without having seen any of the other anime. So if you want some magical girl action without the harem elements, go for it. Musaigen no Phantom World, a new series by Kyoto Animation. This one gives me some serious Kyokai no Kanata vibes here, which was my least favorite KyoAni series. I mean, so whimsical and angsty at the same time. Just look at her whimsically loose pink sweater and her oh so angsty bangs and oversized glasses, which would be an hindrance when fighting. Phantom World is based off a light novel written by Soichiro Hanata and illustrated by Shirabi Life is Free, and it's also on the growing list of interesting concepts only used for teens fighting blah stories. Check this. The story takes place in the near future in a world born of human imagination. Wait, so the whole world is imagined by someone? I get that the imaginations come to life, but if the whole world is someone's projection... Whoa. Oh yeah, so our characters are high school students, of course that, and they can imagine things into existence. So they create monsters they can fight with. But hey, it sure is damn pretty, right? By the way, I hate the chromatic aberration effect they're using on the text here. It's just hard to look at. Note 9 is about a boy, Suzuhara Sorata, who, guided by a song, gets warped through a time skip. There he meets 3 young ladies and 9 young men, and joins them on a journey aboard the mysterious Norn ship. This is another story of someone being spirited away, but it just feels different. The ship especially is pretty unique. With all the pretty boys around, you probably guess that this is based off an otome game, but there's one thing you can count from the otome genre, and that's character-driven stories. Not cliches like the Bishoujo genre, characters. And I like the overall mood too. If you have time, give this one a try. Nurse Witch Kumugi-chan R. This one is ancient. The first anime was an OVA series in the early 2000s, itself a cutesy spin-off from the short-lived angst-driven Soul Taker anime. There's barely any OVA around anymore. It's a wacky comedy in the magical girl genre that got a revamp. Actually, those are 2 genres that we've been pretty low on this season, so if that sounds good to you, give it a try. Phantasy Star Online 2. So, are you familiar with the MMO Phantasy Star Online 2? If not, don't worry, this has nothing to do with that. Apart from Shingeki no Bahamut, I can't recall any anime based off of an actual game that was good. Visual novels don't count, those are very easy to adapt. So making up an entire original story and character set is the only example I have of this working. Let's hope it does work, but who am I kidding? This looks like the horrible God Eater anime with some high school bullshit. Prince of Stride Alternative. This is actually the only true sports anime this season. It's about a high school stride club. Looks like something between sprint and parkour. Honestly, I'm not familiar with the sport. And I probably won't be finding out because with all the sports anime cliches, like the female manager and the one serious dude that promised himself to never do this thing again, this doesn't look worth taking seriously to me. On the plus side, the line works and flat colors look pretty good. There are some very energetic shots in the trailer. The people Madhouse got for this really know how to use perspective, since the studio doesn't usually do great in-house animation. Reiken-san. In the year 6000 and something of the 9 provinces calendar, a comet is said to bring great calamity. So the ancient Reiken martial arts clan hosts a tournament to find the child fated by the falling comet. With luck, he joins, and it's this pantyhose wearing blondie. This is his story down the path towards becoming an exceptional sage. It's based off a Chinese online novel by His Majesty the King, and it looks drenched in aging Chinese culture. It's got very limited animation, and as per usual, Studio Dean's colors are weak, but they're mostly getting the style down. Kinda like this cocky Edward Elric wannabe and his busty sharp-tongued teacher. I'll give it the old 3-episode test. Rilu Rilu Fairy Lu Yosei no Door. This is an adorable kids anime, part of a multimedia project. But the only thing worth noting for me is that this is Studio Dean's 3rd out of 4 full series this season. I mean, whoa. They usually only do like 1 anime per season. Nothing in the last fall season. Where have they been? The 4th one I'll be covering in a bit because that one's getting its own segment. Saijuku Muhai no Bahamut. This is based off a harem light novel and it shows. We first get introduced to the pseudo sci-fi monarchical world and our prince protagonist Lux Arcadia, and the second line in the description reads, and I quote, Lux accidentally trespasses in a female dormitory's bathing area, sees the kingdom's new princess Lisa's heart naked and incurs her wrath. Lisa's heart then challenges Lux to a drag ride duel. Exactly like Asterisk, exactly like Rakudai, exactly like any no-plot action harem light novel. By the way, Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry is actually a good show with well-written characters and some great action scenes, do check it out. As for the lesser Bahamut, too bad for the art by Kasuga Ayamo. This is the most appealing character design of the season, but the story is same old shit. Schwarzes Marken is, in short, another anime about mankind fighting insect-like monsters with mechs. This one in particular is from the Maburabu or Muv-Love universe, about the Black Marks division operating in East Germany in 1983. 2 things you can expect from the Muv-Love universe: the beautiful character art from Carnelian, and a lot of drama, including gruesome important character deaths. This is based off of a light novel side story and I shouldn't recommend it to people not familiar with the series, but the only animated alternative is Alternative Total Eclipse, which I heard wasn't actually good. The visual novels are up there with Fate Stay Night as among the most respected but also densest of the medium. This anime might be a good starting point. Or you could wait for the novels to be officially translated and eat it all up. Shoujo Tachiu wa Kyoya wo Mezasu. In this story, Buntaro is a student who wants to be something, but doesn't know what.
I got a dream. What is your dream? To have a dream.
One day his classmate Sayuki announces she's working on a Bishoujo game, and scouted him because he wrote a good script for the drama club, because that is solely something high school girls would do. But suspending my disbelief because this is anime, this might teach kids some important lesson about making a visual novel. I mean, it is itself based off a visual novel that isn't even out yet. Seriously, the game is set for release in October. They must really trust this project. Oh yeah, the artist is Matsuryu, who is just one of the best. Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. The 4th Dean anime and a close side for my most anticipated of the season. A recently released prisoner ostracized by 1960s society finds a living in Rokugo, comedic storytelling. The tragic comedian, if you will. The story isn't just about him though. As you can see, his teacher is a very influential person in his life, as was his teacher in turn. It's quite a diverse cast. The story is set in the 1960s, so you already know it's good, because Japan never revisits that time period, unless it's something serious. Apart from being a period piece, the series is also covering the entertainment medium of Rokugo, something I knew nothing about. And after reading the Wikipedia article, I'm eager to learn more. And that's it from the regularly scheduled new anime. There's a lot to pick from, but a few shorts have also caught my eye this season. Oji Santo Marshmallow, about Kusaka, that mustachio guy who loves marshmallows, and Wakabayashi, the co-worker who loves him, a 5-minute workplace comedy. Some slice of life with Nijiro Days, about 4 high school boys that just love hanging out and talking about love. More slice of life with Oya-san wa Shin Shunki, about a guy who has gained independence and lives in a rented apartment, and his middle school landlord. Oshiete Gyaroko-chan. Despite the sexy character design, this one is quite sweet. just day-to-day conversation between Galco and her friends that dispel their character stereotypes. And Sengoku Boys, the anime about a group of pop idol Renaissance busts. Oh Japan. So if you're interested in following the trials and tribulations of 4 statues and their manager trying to make it in the entertainment industry, do give it a shot. And that's really it this time. While there is no instantly standout phenomenal anime like One Punch Man this season, there are more than a few anime which I could see becoming someone's favorite series ever. So a lot to look forward to. Happy watching.